Who do you see as the big loser?
No, I think it's got to be Port Adelaide at this stage, Jason. The Portress has got cracks in it everywhere. Some of their very good players are not finding the footy as they were, and this is a very exciting team that's playing almost second-guess football at the present time. They're not playing with the same carefree attitude. A few people have worked them out. And I think if they can emerge from this, they will be far stronger. The big one, Port Adelaide.
Yes, need to talk about them because the wheels are falling off. Lost 4 out of 5 now, and the numbers don't look great.
No.
When you have a look at some of these, in particular, their efficiency has gone from 7th best to 15th. Contested possessions. Now, this is one that would worry a coach when you start to drop off and you're in the bottom 8 of the competition for that. And then down the bottom, not as many inside 50s, and when they do, look at the efficiency of scoring. They've gone from 2nd to 16th. And we spoke to Kane Corns last week, and he said their conversion wasn't great. They're not converting their opportunities into genuine scores, are they? And that's a real concern.
And I don't think you can put it back simply to the absence of a couple of players, Trent Gove and Adipati Carlisle. Because, once again, like Collingwood, their energy that used to turn the ball over with their attack on the man, that is 50% of what it was.
Got a couple of things I want to show you. Remember how we marvelled when they just took the game on? They'd get the ball down back, run in waves and just decimate the opposition. Have a look at this. So they start and they just try to make it up as they go. But Richmond's pressure was good enough and Port weren't clean enough to actually get their way through, and they ended up making errors that hurt them. And Richmond would kick goals on the turnover. Now, it was fantastic pressure from Richmond. Which also begs the question, where the hell's that been for the last 15 weeks? But to see Port make these mistakes and all of a sudden that superior running ability had disappeared.
How much is it a lack of intensity? How much of it is people have started to work out that they are going to go helter-skelter through the middle and they're ready for it?
It's one thing to know what they're going to do. It's another to be good enough to stop it. The pressure level was good. I wonder if perhaps the legs aren't as fresh as they were in the first half of the season, Port Adelaide, when they just really took everyone by storm,
But the legs didn't account for that disposal, did they? They just, under pressure,
I didn't see them
off.
running as hard as often, Chirrut.
And it's reflecting as we look at some of the individual scores too. I mean, the Champion Data rankings points don't lie, and I think specifically the likes of a Chad Wingard has dropped off significantly. Let's have a look at some of their stars. Ebert's a little bit of a different kettle of fish because he's moved into a tagging role. Dom Cassisi's out of the side. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in.
Would you tag with Ebert?
Well, I think if you can get away with having Ebert as your tagger, it means that your level in the midfield has risen above. And I think at this stage they're a better side when he was running freer and Cassisi was in the side. Wingard is the key along with Westhoff. They're the two forward of centre stars. Wingard's had an average year for mine. Even when he was playing well in the first half, it was only quarter by quarter, not game by game. Compared to last year, he is going fairly ordinarily.
Got to say one thing I want to talk about. Jack Riewoldt's performance on the weekend. This is the bloke that provokes more debate than just about anyone in the game. I thought he was a star. He only kicked 3 goals, but he did some things in that match where he'd compete 1 against 2, he'd cover for a defensive act for someone that had got caught out, he'd spoil when he needed to, he brought players into the game, he tackled, he chased, he did all those things. Like just this one here, they were going quick from the kick-out after a point had been scored, and if they got over the back, they were away.
Hey, Jace, it's
Tackles,
round 17.
second efforts.
It's round 17. Where was this intensity and this attack on the footy and the man in the previous 16 weeks?
I hear you. And you see these tape and you go, well, this is what we want to see week in, week out. He kicked 3 goals, a couple of critical ones when they needed them. There were also gestures that said a lot to me. His elation when the final siren went. He grabbed the jumper and showed it to the supporters when he was going off. But that's where Richmond have gone wrong. They need 22 players doing that every week. Not doing it once in a blue moon.
There's a kid that's come into this team and given him some lift in intensity in the last month, Anthony Miles.
Good, very good. Inside midfield, I love it.
He works hard. I think it's contagious, isn't it? When you see young kids do that.
It's contagious the other way as well. But when a young kid comes off the GWS list, he comes and trains at your club, he comes up from the rookie list, that's a good story.
It is.
Now, I've got one for you, Mike. I'm pretty sure, I don't like to make big statements, big outlandish statements. I'm pretty sure I saw goal of the year on the weekend.
Yeah, you did like this one.
Matt White just took it upon himself. Now, you have a look at Stephen Morris, who's running inside, and this is a genuine chase with intent. White had no option, so he just said, oh, I better keep running. Found another gear when you thought he was running at top pace. And then he's run 150 metres and kicked the winner. Where he got the energy to kick it at the end is beyond me. But if I see a better goal than that, I can't wait to see it.
Well, it's such a good goal. We're going to have another look at it in abstract. But talk about big statements. I was chatting to Dwayne Russell tonight, and he was tempted to go with goal of the century.